Mary. You've worked at places like Macy's and Saks and have spent many, many years examining the retail industry. What do you think this year holds?
Well, I think that what we saw is that the modern digital consumer has changed how we view retail. We don't look at department stores and say there's a driver anymore. That's really something of the past. COVID was an accelerator of the behavior change, not necessarily the stimulus, but the changes that we've seen, we think are here mostly to stay. And we saw that there was really a dynamic relationship among the consumer, the content he or she was seeking, and the trends they were sharing, coupled with what the market had to offer. So some changes, but we saw it all gearing to more e-commerce and really a further stray away from the former type of retail, namely department stores.
So we were just talking to Andrew Left, a short seller who, made a lot of money betting big on Amazon last year. He says he's going to continue to go long on Amazon this year. Is that the right call?
It's absolutely the right call. We partner with an AI firm, Surge AI, and they really provide a lot of the data, real-time data looking forward versus backward. And we were able to note a lot of trends before they happened and before a lot of people saw them from that data. And so one of the things that we saw was that Amazon is really the new department store. It's not Macy's, it's not JCPenney. And I think as soon as we realize that Amazon is the new department store, Etsy is one of them, Wayfair is one of them, and maybe arguably eBay is one of them. It's not the ones that we grew up with, not implying you, but me, what I grew up with in the business. And so I think that it's going to continue to change and evolve. And so, yes, I think he's absolutely right on. Now, there are some risks down the road depending on what happens this year, but I don't see Amazon going away anytime soon. The one thing I would say is that Walmart really created their marketplace to compete with Amazon. And they got that, they understood it. That's why Walmart, Target could really adapt to this COVID time and make it really big because they understood that even in advance. And so they just flourished. And a lot of other stores have not.
What are the risks down the road that you see?
So number one is we have a new administration coming in. And so obviously there may be some new regulations on the tech industry, with the Facebooks and the Googles and so on. So we see that is a risk. We don't know exactly what that will be, but there could be an impact on the digital players. And then there's going to be a rebound of in-person shopping. Maybe the consumer doesn't want to buy everything online. We don't think for a lot of the basics and the sundries and things like that, that people will go back to buying toothpaste in the stores. But we think that, for all age ranges, we really saw that they've shifted how they're going to do their shopping. So we're going to see maybe a rebound of going back into the stores. And this would be kind of reminiscent of what happened in the Roaring 20s after the flu was cured and so on. Everybody wanted to get a little more outrageous. So we could see that happening. And the other thing could be that value-driven shoppers, excuse me, go ahead.
Well, I just had one last question about the future of physical retail, because it's easy to say going forward, there will always be sort of some combination of online and offline retail. But that said, do you think this is the beginning of the death of physical retail stores? I know I did get out once over the holidays and got into physical stores, and it was nice to be there. But they were empty, of course, given what is happening. And I just wonder, what is the future of brick and mortar?
So what I think is if we keep brick and mortar going the way it has been, no, but it has to mirror more of what the customers have found in an Amazon experience or a Wayfair experience or the others. So we can't go back to the way that, for example, Macy's has always done it. They may have to change. So if you don't offer them something new, I don't think they'll come back. But there is a lot of interest in stores. For example, when I was out and about, I saw some real excitement among sneakers stores with collaborations and different designers and so on. So there is excitement if there's something new and different, but if it's the same old, no, not at all.